Hi, my name's Cameron Carlson with AnimeLocation.tv. I'm here at Matsuricon 2016 with Mr. Mike Sinterniklaas. How you doing?
Yay, second time's a charm. The name is pronounced Michael.
No. Michael. Yeah. Okay. So it's been a few years since the last time I got to talk to you. It was at ACEN 2011. How have you been?
That's the last time we talked?
Yeah.
That's 5 years. Count them. I've been really, really, really good. A lot has happened in those 5 years.
Alrighty. Now, you happen to be part of the Pokemon family, which we're all playing Pokemon Go while we're here catching drowsies like there's no tomorrow.
Playing it as we speak.
So
there's drowsies everywhere.
Yeah, there is.
Yes, not found.
So again, it's now at its 20-year anniversary, and you're part of the show. So what's it like to be part of that big family?
I mean, it's amazing. It's okay. So I do lots of kinds of cartoons. Some are anime, some are original, and you meet people who are grown-ups like on a plane. So what is it you do? And you're like, oh, well, I do voice. Anything I've heard of? Pokemon's something people have heard of.
Right.
That's handy. Even if they don't know what anime is, they'll know what Pokemon is. So that's kind of cool. I love being a part of that show. I also have a lot of friends that work at Pokemon USA. Shout out to Toshi and Phaedra and everyone else. It's an amazing property, and it's an amazing phenomenon, and they're a really nice company. So like, what could be bad?
Right. And now you happen to work at Funimation.
Oh, Team Mystic. Just kidding. No hate from the Valor, please.
I'm Instinct, so it's fine.
Oh, great.
So so you happen to work on Funimation on the Black Butler series. What was it like being cast in that? And then we just discovered a fun, unique trait about you is that you're from England. So was it like doing that?
Well, he's from a different bit of England than I am, but it was great. Ian Sinclair is an amazing director to work with, and little known fact, I don't know, maybe an unknown fact, when we did it, Circus, he wouldn't let me see anything or know anything and told me not to look it up because he set me up like my character was not a bad guy and arguably not bad.
Yeah.
But made to do things that are really not good. And so not until the very, very end is it sort of revealed that we're a bad guy team. And I think that's wonderful. And I've met a couple of fans who've seen the show and recognized that was the case, that they're a bunch of circus orphan-y kind of people who are made to do something that's not good, and in the end it's really tragic. And because he was brilliant as a director to set it up that way, there's no like bad going into the choices you make as these characters. Yeah. And you know what? And I also believe that people do the best they can with what they got, and they try to make good decisions, sometimes without the best resources or information. But yeah, I thought that was brilliant. So that's the thing that was really special about doing that, which was I didn't go into playing a bad guy as a bad guy.
Actually, I look forward to picking it up and watching it, so it's going to be fun. So you happen to also be part of my childhood. I originally saw you in the Ninja Turtles 2003 to 2000 version, and you played Leonardo. Yeah. So you were a Ninja Turtle. So now that 2 live-action films have come out with all of that, how do you feel about those films, considering Mr. Michael Bay has been directing them?
Michael Bay is a very talented man. I mean, when I first heard about the first movie, it was not even going to be Ninja Turtles. There were going to be space aliens. So I'm really glad that got rectified. Honestly, I love all the turtle everything, so I don't want to disparage anything. I was really nervous about the first movie when I heard about it, but then it was better than I thought it would be. I was thinking about starting like a Twitter or something that was Michael BAE. I'll be your Bay. I don't know. Is that a funny thing to do or a stupid thing to do? Maybe I'm gonna register it and see what happens. Michael, yeah, find me on Michael Bay. Explosions are awesome when you walk away from them without even having to look.
All right, now another great 80s franchise that is pretty much in your lifeblood and literally courses through you is the Gundam universe, and you are part of you got to direct Unicorn. Unfortunately, it's come to an end, and it was a great project. How is it like working on that show and directing it, knowing that it was a really phenomenal show?
All right, I've loved Gundam for a long time. Gundam started in '77. It's as old as Star Wars, and it was a little intimidating to start on a Gundam series when there's been so many other Gundams as well. The thing that I really wanted to do, this really, really mattered to me. With all due respect to everyone else that's worked on a Gundam, I thought the dubs could be better.
Yeah.
So we worked really, really hard and very, very closely with Sunrise to make that happen. Initially, there was a lot of... They tried us out, unbeknownst to us, on a show called Kurokame, which was the first ever and still the only live, true simultaneous dub release. The same episode premiered the same day in Japan and America on TV, which was Herculean and difficult. We did it for 26 weeks in a row. So this is also a simultaneous release. A little bit different because it's home video, but still we get a very compressed amount of time. There is no shifting that deadline. And as we went down the series, we got materials later and later and had to work faster and faster. Sunrise was incredible to work with in terms of all the nuance and serving every like very, very specific fine moment in the telling of Unicorn. We had long discussions about it. 3 producers would weigh in on every translation and adaptation that we did before we even got in the booth. And then we had 2 producers, both from Sunrise, one from Japan, one from the US, in the sessions to ask very, very, very specific nuanced questions about stuff. I think it shows up. I've had a lot of Gundam fans thank me for finally telling a Gundam story in a dub in the way that they felt it deserved to be told. My background is classical theater, so these extreme situations are very, very heightened, and I think there's a truth to playing heightened situations, and it's not just about being dramatic. That's not always the truth of it. It's something else. So getting specific about that, that was really, really huge for me.
Right, and now you also have to be in the fun and crazy show Tiger and Bunny. What was it like working on that project and knowing that your fellow cast member, Mr. Patrick Seitz, is here this weekend?
I don't see enough of Patrick Seitz. He's directing so much now that I don't see him around as much as I used to. Patrick is great. He's a really great director. He's directed me in some games as well. The thing about Patrick as an actor, I think he's the most impressively improved guy that I've directed consistently. This is going to sound weird, but I work with a lot of great people and they come in, they're great, you know what you're going to get. I feel like Patrick surprises me more than most by always improving. That's a huge thing. So I have a lot of respect for him. Also, his girlfriend Chris is around and she's super, super smart and super cool and a super great gamer, and I love them both. We just had a backstage before opening ceremonies conversation about fan language. He's walking around, 8'9" that he is, with a fan, a dainty little beautiful ladies fan, and I'm like, do you know fan language? And so he didn't, and we talked about how you can hold it this way, and it means you're saying go away, don't come to my chambers, lover, while my spouse is around, or turn it this way, and it means I'm ready for you with the elbow up and the back of the hand showing, or close it and slap it on your forearm, which might mean no, not tonight. Someone's home, or the forearm means contact me later. All these things, or the way you hide behind it. You can look at someone and then close it, slap your arm and look away, and you have cut them. That is a diss, sir. I will not be receiving you any more in the future. Anyway, fan language. That was our thing. That's how we've been geeking out.
It's actually entertaining and informative. So whenever you have a small bit of downtime, you enjoy playing music, and do you help that helps you with your acting and directing? You do your music with your guitar and things, and then we also know you have a small passion for photography. So do you feel that some of your passions have actually helped you with your acting?
I'm grateful that I get to be a director and an actor. One definitely serves the other. I never forget the perspective of being an actor when I'm directing people stuck in a soundproof booth with no access to the outside world, but what I will afford them by pressing a talkback button. As an actor, I like to consider the overall scope and context of everything like a director might. Playing with audio gear, mixing, whether it's music or like a cartoon series or a video game, one serves the other. Tricks I've learned in one will carry over to the other. Yeah. So it all comes, everything you do in your life, certainly as an actor, obviously feeds every choice you make in a scene. But photography has weirdly been like my mistress. If audio is my wife, then photography is my mistress. I'm not, they're cool. They both know about each other. It's not like I'm cheating on anyone. But here's the thing about photography. So I used to develop film when I was 12 years old, and I had shot all film. And then I put it down, then I started up again, and I had a Rebel, an old Rebel. Before there was live view, there was no video on it, just a stills Rebel, an XTI maybe. And it was hard to get a good shot out of. I had to work really, really hard. And then I got a 5D Mark II, which is so beautiful, I could just spray, pray, and it was great. So what I've done for myself now is I got a Leica. It's been a lifelong dream. I sold a lot of my other stuff to get this, and now I have one lens. Oh, no stealing. Well, go away. Go away. Ne'er-do-well photographer. It is manual focus. It is a rangefinder. I look through a hole in this body, not through this. This is the way they made a film camera that shot like World War I. Brass top. Well, this happens to be aluminum, but it's made like a tank. You can punch someone with it and then run away and still take a picture. But it's harder to use. So for me, the choice in doing this, and this affects all my other art, was to, rather than have a super high quality autofocus everything way of taking pictures really easily, this forces me to make pictures.
Yeah.
And like philosophically, that's kind of how I feel about everything else we do. For ADR, for dubbing anything, you don't just get to do a scene and see how it turns out and hopefully it'll fit. Like you have to craft every moment to make it sound natural, effortless, and conversational.
Yeah.
So like choosing to create instead of just like letting it be whatever, that's sort of where I'm at right now. And this was a conscious, expensive decision to force myself to do that and be considerate in all the things that I'm doing. That's sort of my
That's actually really fun. So, are there any way that any shows that you want fans to know about at this time that are not behind an NDA?
That's the tricky part. Okay. There's a movie we just released called Phantom Boy. It's by the same studio that did Full Image, that did A Cat in Paris, for which we got an Oscar nomination. Oh, by the way, since last time I saw you, we've been twice Oscar nominated.
Yay!
Woo! The other one was Ernest and Celestine, and we lost to Frozen. We kind of knew that might happen, but it's beautiful, and it's on Amazon Prime. Go watch Ernest and Celestine. It's a beautiful movie. It's got an amazing cast. It's Lauren Bacall's last ever performance, and she was great. And so this new movie, Phantom Boy, you can go to phantomboyfilm.com, and it's still touring the country for now. It'll be on home video pretty soon, end of the year. It's wonderful. We got Jared Padalecki from Supernatural, and we got Vincent D'Onofrio from many films, and the Kingpin and Netflix's Daredevil. Fred Armisen from SNL and creator of Portlandia, and then a lot of other great people. There's a cartoon that a girl that I went to high school with created for Nickelodeon called That's Told by Ginger. It was great.
Yeah.
And if you're like mid to late 20s and you're a girl, you probably learned about life from this cartoon. Melissa Disney, who played Ginger, is the female lead in this movie, and it's great. We got this great kid, Marcus, who's Gavroche on Broadway in Les Mis. He's our Phantom Boy, and it's a really, really great movie. I would recommend that. Also, there was something that Hasbro premiered sort of at the end of their My Little Pony panel at SDCC, San Diego Comic-Con. Don't know what it was, but it looked really interesting. That's all I'll say about that. And Just Cause 3, if you haven't played it, do yourself. I directed it.
Oh, you directed it. Awesome.
Yeah, and we got David Tennant to do some stuff in it, and it's amazing. It's a game, and Roland, God bless you, the game producer, made it a game that you can play for. You can play for 5 hours, or at the end of 20 minutes at the end of a work day, and just be like, I want to fly. I want to blow stuff and rip things to the ground and make things explode, and tie a guy to a tank, shoot the tank, and make him fly in the air and explode. Because I just feel like doing that. Yeah. Or, lassoing some statue's hand to its face and making him smack himself.
Go watch Rooster Teeth's production of stuff of Just Cause. It's really fun to watch people tether people to buildings and then make them try to rocket out. So they tether them all arms and legs, like an arm over on this building, an arm on that building, the leg over here, like stretch them out. Then they attach rockets on the bottom of their legs and stuff. And they try to go with the tethers and then shoot them off into space. It's so much fun. So is there any way for fans to keep up with you on the internet, and a final message for all your wonderful fans that are watching?
I've got a Twitter. That's what I do the most of. I don't have a fan page. Someone else made one for me, and then I don't know. Maybe should I do that? I'm so busy working, I don't do that. And I'm like, who am I? Brad Pitt, fan page. But my Twitter can be fun. It's mcinter. Yep. And my Instagram, I haven't done as much with, but I should now that I have a great camera. It is msword. And whenever I do that online, people are like, what do you love, Microsoft Office? What are you, Clippy? No, that's my, if I were DJ, my fake DJ name, MS Word, MSWORD. And a message to fans would just be, so fan, I guess, is short for fanatic, right? I think, or fantastical, but no, you're a fanatic about something. I think passion is awesome. Yeah. I think the lamest is to be like, whatever. So be passionate about whatever it is. Be into it and be proud of it. I was really passionate about animation, and then I got to do it for a living. And I'm never like, oh, that's cool, I'm just going to be very reserved. No! If you are into something, be into it. That's awesome. That's exciting. That's why I like 80s. The 80s were all about awesome expression! And then that was our awful 80s singing. I can do better. I can do better! Anyway. And then later on it was oh, whatever. Oh, I'm not trying really hard. No, try hard. Try hard and fail. That's better than being lame and not trying. Whatever. Go big, go bold. be passionate and do the things you want to do, because you can choose to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Don't just wait for the awesome things to happen. My message is, do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams!
Thank you so much for talking with us. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
I hope it's not another 5 years before I see you again.
Hopefully not.